All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to the new stream. First of all, I want to make sure that the audio is right. I hope it is. Let me lower a little bit the volume of the music, and I hope that's fine. I'll have to check. Let me check if I can have my other computer. Let's see. All right, let me make a test. No. Move to Mac. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna test the music. Okay, I'm gonna see, cause I'm just like setting this app. Okay, the music stopped here. Oh no, this keeps. Okay, I need to. Okay, I hope that helps. But now this is paused. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Music, come on. Come on, music. Okay. And with this, I will see if the music works or not. Let's see. I'm checking the stream and see if it works. Okay. Music is not. Okay, music is not good. Did I hear something? It was that music. Yes. Okay. Okay, checking 1, 2, 3. I think this works. Let's put the music a little bit up. So I can barely hear it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 testing. With okay, I feel like that is a new song. Ugh. Okay. There you go. Yeah, you know what? This is calming music, low beats. but yeah, it's not like, you know, like good energy music. So test the music. All right. Let's see. Royalty free, free music for streaming. I don't know. Let's see what we can find. Lo-fi. Neon skies. Chill vibes. What about like some house music, maybe? Deep house, no copyright, free music for YouTubers, and okay, well, let's. What about this one? I'm waiting to see how it sounds. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me. Okay. This should be okay. This one should be okay. All right, good. I feel like we're good. Oh no, now this is gonna be like too high on my monitor. Oh no, what should we do? Lower the volume here a little bit. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, this is like a lot. All right. This I can do. This level of music I can do. However, I'm not sure if that is gonna be good with the stream. Let's see. Because now I feel like I cannot hear anything. Wait, why? Why is my mic only streaming in one side? What the hell? Uh-oh, this is not good. Oh, okay. Got it. That was why. That was why. Okay. This should be good. And now I need to raise the volume here as well if I want to hear any kind of music. There you go. I can hear the difference. Yes. Yeah. Is it possible to... Let's see. Maybe it's a studio mic voice isolation. This is possible. Isolation of the mic. Let's see. Let's see if that has any effect. I'm just testing. Testing. Oh yeah. Yeah, voice isolation works like a charm. All right, I feel like I have all the settings. I feel like I have all the settings. And the audio sounds great, like the music. The music sounds great. All right. Good stuff. Now let's just go ahead and keep monitoring with this one. That music is tolerable. Nice. And I'm gonna open this computer over here. Make sure it's streaming properly. That the streaming, it does not. Oh, but you should not have volume. All right, guys. We're ready. Okay, so I'm going to be streaming pretty much my, like pretty much the whole content system that I'm building. I'm gonna stream it like very transparently. I need to finish this content system as soon as possible, and then it's building a product. And one of the things that I learned with this is that this is proving to be more difficult than what I initially thought it was going to be. Lesson learned. In my plans, I thought it was going to be just building a template or something like that, but no, it was going to be like so much difficult. So yeah, it was more difficult than what I thought. That is for sure. So that's what we're going to start doing today. Keep working on the content system. And this is the amount of time that I dedicate towards, we're going to be like hour and a half working today. And this is pretty much, the amount of time that I'm going to dedicate to, this is my side business, but the idea with this is like totally make it into my full-time project very soon, hopefully. And so that's me building my system, and some of it is going to be this year, some of it is going to be next year. This is a long time project, so I really like this streaming. Let's go ahead, and now that we have all the settings, everything ready, let's go ahead and start. I'm going to change this to yeah, the content plan. All right, good stuff. Now let's see. Let's go ahead and open here. Yeah. I'm gonna open Claude. July 9th. Sweet. Sweet. I hope they, like, honestly, I hope Claude honestly fixes their pricing. Because yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so usage zeros. We are in zeros. And it's Tuesday, so good stuff. I'm gonna move the usage over here. So I like to keep an eye on that. Otherwise Claude, you know, just goes crazy. All right, good stuff. So now we're going to the projects, planning and review. No, content system. All right, good stuff. Now we're going to open Notion AI, and we're going to ask it refresh. Well, actually, the skill refresh my memory about ICS. So this is kind of like the process that I use to retrieve the to manage like I do this because I'm managing my the memory with Notion. And so what it does is kind of extracts what is relevant, like what is that we left off last time, what should be the next step, and so on and so forth. So that, you know, I do this sometimes because sometimes I just forget, you know, like the amount of complexity that this thing has. One of the things that I have discovered is like I cannot keep all of this in my head. I just can't. It's crazy. And so I need to have like a system that, you know, allows me to have all the information and start working. And so what I do here is that I'm going to copy this and I'm going to move to Claude. I'm going to open a new chat. It's okay. We don't need Fable 5 with Sonnet 5 is okay for now. Let's be frugal. Let's launch Whisper Flow.
Thinking about evaluating 42 content piece candidates for approval, discard, or deferral decision.
What was that? Okay. Where is Whisper Flow? Here's Whisper Flow. All right, good stuff. All right, now let's okay. Let's go to Notion. Okay, good stuff. So this is what so the last week when I was like about to run out of time to use the tokens, I asked Fable 5 to give me kind of a plan on how to apply the AI layer to the content system, because right now we're in a part of the content system where we are applying what I call the AI layer. What is this? Why is all this like this? Come on. Let's start a new one. The plan. See if it loads correctly this time. Nice. All right. So because one of the things that I'm concerned about this is the level of complexity. The level of complexity, because I mean, you want to definitely create content, but what you don't want to do is, have to, really deal with a level of complexity that is like so beyond. So that is something that we want to make sure that we are not doing here. Just like providing the best user experience, but creating strategic content. That's the thing, because creating a strategic content is complex, but it doesn't have to be complicated. That's the whole thing. You're helping pull for to strength from database. What do you do? Oh my god. Landing page teardown. Whoa. Wait a minute. This is what I get. We're not reading this. Next move. Some architecture is real verdict session. Proposed candidate. Oh, proposed candidates, yes. Through the menu. Oh yeah. Okay, got it. I see. So yeah, what we are gonna do here is an exercise of, okay, so the user is, this is like content ideas that the AI provided. And so what you're gonna do here is just like see what is the content piece about, what is the core message, and then you pretty much say, okay, plan or not. One of the things that we have to do is like fix this mega menu that is open here that right now is mixing the ideas with the whole like process of development. So let me ask a question. Hey, do you think that we should tackle first? Whoa, what was that? Do you think that we should tackle first this selection of content, or do you think that we should go ahead and work on the status problem where we have a lot of items in that menu? I'm going to, well, that's not this. Oh no, undo. What happened? Okay, click exit. So sidebar. No. Let's see. I'm going to select this. Okay, I'm going to include a screenshot so that you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, pretty much my question is like, should we include should we start with this or go with the content pieces? Okay, let's see what it says. Because this is a whole like
Wade finishing current task versus pivoting to structural improvements. Here's why. The status split touches views, scoreboards, skills, prompts, and templates. That's a real chunk of surgery. It deserves its own dedicated session where you're not half thinking about content decisions at the same time. Mixing the two would slow both down. The verdict session, on the other hand, is quick and we're already rolling. That messy 13 option dropdown is annoying to scroll through, but it doesn't block you from setting proposed, planned or proposed, discarded right now. The friction is real, it's just not a blocker for this specific task. So, knock out credibility and connection verdicts now while we've got momentum, then open a fresh session for the planning production split where it gets full attention. That screenshot is good ammo for that session though, it's a clean before shot of the exact problem.
All right, good stuff. I want you to, from now on, just make sure that you're very token efficient. Unless, like, and if I tell you something that is going to take a lot of tokens, you let me know. For now, let's keep frugality with the tokens. And yeah, now give me the, go ahead and give me the prompt. Let's see, how do you want to call this? Okay, okay, well, let's go with your plan. Tell me what to do exactly next. I did not get that. All right. So let's do then that list later. Because right now what we're gonna do is select. So we're in an exercise where
assessed user priorities and streamlined response strategy accordingly. Go ahead.
Yeah, where we just need to select this one. These are just options that we need to choose from, but I'm not gonna do it because I mean the one that it's not the point. So go ready to okay, but you need to put that into a what is it? Into a prompt in the code box, so I can send that to the operator in Notion AI, so they can, you know, apply the edits in the database.
Crafting a Notion AI prompt template for batch application. Attach content pieces database to FC 8000.
We're not going to use Fable 5 for this. What should we use? Sonnet? Yeah, let's use Sonnet. What the hell? Okay. I don't know what happened here. Yeah, I don't know if it is not clear for you or not, but I just want you to select the, I mean, I don't care at this point, like what are the content pieces that we select as approved or whatever. Like just select that, and I need the next prompt to be able to, you know, do that step. Like we're not being careful here with the content itself, it's more like the infrastructure of it. Okay, where the hell was my prompt? This is one of the things that I like about Whisper Flow. So you never, almost never lose your prompt.
Consolidating duplicates, prioritizing infrastructure over content refinement. Got it. I'll make the calls myself. Verdicts: 1 approve, 2 discard, overlaps with first, 3% approve, 4 approve, 5% approve, 6% approve, 7% approve, 8% approve, 9 discard.
What the hell is this? I hope this works. I mean, What the hell? Hey, by the way, I'm streaming, so I'm not sure if it is safe to show this codes, so just keep that in mind.
Weighed streaming privacy concerns and adjusted disclosure strategy accordingly. Good call out. Quick reassurance. Those are just internal Notion page IDs, not passwords or API keys, so on their own, they're not exploitable by someone watching your stream.
Okay. I just see a bunch of codes and I'm like, what the hell? All right, let's see if that works, because I don't want to. What the hell? Did that happen? Did that happen? Propose plan. Okay, yeah, plan. Okay, good. I don't know what to do with this. I honestly don't know what to do with this. Okay, this is a problem. Credibility, use them all. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good. I'm gonna need Facebook for this. This is crazy. All right, so I noticed two things are kind of concerning about what happened here. I'm going to attach the report that the AI sent, but here's the two concerning things that I just noticed. The first thing is the credibility bucket is totally empty now. So what this means is that all the options were like chosen, like why there is no credibility content pieces here, like this makes no sense. So the other problem, that's one problem. So I need to understand exactly what happened. I see a lot of visibility ideas, content ideas. So I don't know what happened here. Or is it that only credibility was chosen? Like, I need you to connect to database and like, yeah, kind of tell me exactly. I need you to connect to the Notion page, and kind of tell me exactly like what happened here. The bottom line of this is like, what I'm trying you to do is like, we have this full menu of more than enough options that I should be able to choose from. The whole task that I ask you to do is to just choose for me the best options that you consider that are the best ones, like, and at the same time fulfilling the quota that, you know, like that we need, right? And so that is exactly the task. And what I see here is like credibility, it has like no more options. It tells me either there were not enough options and they were chosen all of the available ones, or only this one was chosen. So something weird happened here. So that is the first problem that we need to solve. The second problem that we need to solve is like, once the options are chosen, I am left with a bunch of options that I need to scroll through every time. And so, yeah, I know that I can toggle them and hide them. But I'm wondering if there's any other kind of solution that we can implement so that we don't have this problem of having to pass by all the scroll through like all the options that were now chosen. I wonder if there is any workflow that we can apply. So that is the second problem. And the third problem that we need to start solving is like, for me I need to have visibility of like real-time visibility of what are the numbers that I need. Like for instance, if I am choosing one visibility and I am like put it as planned, I need to make sure that I need to have visibility right away of like how many do I need to choose more of that content pillar, and stuff like that. So, and understand like what is the number that I need to take into account for this specific selection process. Is it the number of content pieces per purpose pillar? Is it the amount of content pieces per content topic? Like what is the number that I need in this part, in this moment, to care for and have it visible? Oh yeah, that is going to cost me a lot. Well, don't say that. That's gonna cost me a lot of tokens. Let's see how we are. Let me put this in here. We are at 9%. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, this is the thing. It's like sometimes I do this kind of migration where I ask it a prompt and then I put the prompt into Notion AI and I do that back and forth, thinking that, this is going to...
Clarified filtering logic and identified quota thresholds for...
Thinking that this is going to minimize the token consumption. And also have like two different perspectives. Two different AIs working the same thing. But sometimes things get lost in translation. All right, let's see this.
For tracking. Good news first, none of these are bugs. 1. Empty credibility bucket, that's correct behavior. The menu view filters to status equal to proposed. All 12 credibility pieces just got verdicts, 10 planned, 2 discarded, so 0 remain proposed, so the group shows empty. Working as designed. The report matches my prompt exactly. Nothing went wrong.
Okay, so that is for number one. I feel like then we had a problem, because if we chose 10, then and 2 were discarded and we have none left, it means of course that it was only 12. Why, if we have 10, if we need to choose 10, like, why do we only have 12? Wasn't true that we said, okay, 2.5x the amount that we need? Like, that makes no sense. So maybe we needed more options, because we were choosing 10 out of 12. So that means that those 10 needed to be perfect, almost perfect. You see the choosing problem here? Like, something went wrong here. So let's first attack this first problem and then keep going with the rest. Okay, let's see how that goes. Ugh, 16. Fucking hell. All right. Scrolling past decided pieces. Okay. You read for me, please. Thank you.
2. Scrolling past decided pieces, same answer. If the menu view is filtered to proposed only, decided pieces disappear from station 2 automatically and land in station 3, the picks. If you're currently seeing planned and discarded pieces mixed in, the view filter isn't set right. Quick check, is the view you're triaging in filtered to status equal to proposed? If not, that's a one-line fix. I can give you a prompt or set it directly.
So what you're saying is there should not be anything here. Discarded, plan, or proposed. Yeah, something here is weird, for sure. Okay, let's keep reading.
3. The number that matters right now, planned pieces per pillar versus the pillar quota. During verdicts, the pillar allocation is your scoreboard. Topics are a generation side constraint. The idea generator floor is not a selection side quota, so ignore per topic counts while choosing. Distribution counts come later when you assign channels. So after this round, credibility now has 10 planned. Question is what the credibility quota actually is. The pillar allocation rows exist in plan requirements, but I didn't pull the target numbers. If your quota is, say, 8, you're done and could even trim. If it's 12, you're too short and patch the gaps fires later. Fastest fix for visibility, your pillar scoreboard rollups already count only approved pieces. If they're not visible from where you triage, we add a small linked view of the 3 pillar requirement rows, name, target, current count, right above the menu on the plan page. That gives you need 2 more credibility feedback while you click. Want me to set that up, and should I first check what the actual pillar targets are? Verifying candidate thresholds against pillar allocation requirements. You spotted the right tension.
Oh no, it's
2 possibilities, and only 1 is a bug. Option A, the credibility quota is small, say 4 to 6 pieces. Then 12 candidates was 2 to 3 times quota, floor met, everything fine. And the real problem is you just approved 10% when you only needed approximately 5, which means we over-approved, not under-generated. Option B, the quota really is approximately 10 to 12. Then the generator should have produced 20 to 36 credibility candidates, and 12 was a floor violation. The self-check missed. Everything hinges on the actual pillar targets, which I never pulled. Let me check the 3 pillar allocation source pages. It's one small read. Notion query data sources.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord, oh Lord. You know what? I'm like so nervous about this because it's not the first time that this thing goes like whoop, and then it's like a 90%, and I'm like, what? Like in 10 minutes 90%? How the freaking hell that happened? So with Notion fetches, that is very, very possible. It's very unfortunate.
Notion query data sources.
So yeah, one of the problems that is happening here is that I ask to do something that it doesn't have like a great skill to do. So let's see.
Examined candidate allocation rate limit hit on the follow-up query, but I can piece it together from the data I already pulled earlier, and it points to option A. From the plan requirements dump, the piece target row says LinkedIn is primary at 5 new pieces per week, and the distribution rows show LinkedIn at 20 pieces this plan. So the plan target is approximately 20 new pieces total. Pillar quotas are allocation percent times piece target. That would make the quota something like visibility 10, credibility 6, connection 4, depending on exact percentages, which fits perfectly with the candidate counts. 20, 12, 10 are all 2 to 2.5 times their quota. The generator did its job, which means the actual miss was in this session, and it's mine. We just approved 10 credibility pieces against a quota of roughly 6 without the quota on screen. That's your problem third, biting us in real time. We over-approved by about 4%. Not damage, easy to fix. We demote the 4 weakest back to proposed. They stay in the bench for later plans. But I want the real quota numbers before naming which 4, not my reconstruction. Proposed order of operations. confirm the 3-pillar quotas. One small read once the rate limit clears, approximately 30 seconds, or you can just read them off the plan page and tell me. Demote the overshoot back to proposed. Build the live scoreboard view above the menu so this can't happen again, then run visibility in connection with quotas visible. Sound right? If you can see the pillar quota numbers on the plan page right now, just tell me the 3 numbers and we skip the read.
Okay. Let's see. Pillar quotas. Let me send you this. Okay, I'm attaching the pillar quotas here. But that's the thing from a user perspective. One thing that I'm thinking right now is like, all right, we have created something pretty cool, which is like generating content ideas from a very strategic perspective. Like we have a pool of ideas that we can choose from. Now, I feel like the problem that we need to solve is how the user is going to solve or choose those ideas. What is the criteria that is going to take? Because for instance, I'm imagining, all right, so I have the quota here. So I know that I just need like 10 content pieces for visibility. All right, so, but what if well, let's do it for connection. Okay, I only need 4 content pieces for connection. All right. What if the 4 content pieces that I chose were, it's like what I'm thinking is like how to merge all these requirements together. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, now that we have the pillar allocation, but how like if we have other requirements, like for instance, we have requirements of distribution, right? We have requirements of content topics, which I believe that is solved because the content that is generated, well, that is not a requirement. That is like a menu that we can pick from. Okay, that's different. Okay, so the content topics, so this is how I see it. We use the content topics. We chose what are the content topics that we're going to be working on in this plan. So the AI generates the ideas taking into account those content topics. All the content ideas has to be generated from those content topics, and cannot be the case that it generates, for instance, like 10 of the first content topic and just 1 of the next ones. Like it has to be like a very even split, so that the chances of me ending up using a good distribution of ideas among the content topics is good, right? And so that is one thing that we need to add to the skill that we of the generating the ideas, just making sure that is a criteria that is also taken into account. So that will solve the problem of, are we adding into the mix of the criteria of choosing what ideas to let's say plan the factor of the content topics in terms of, let's say, of content. Okay, content distribution really is not something that affects like this first choosing, because we can choose this later. What really matters is the content formats, because that defines, you know, like, and I don't think we have quotas for content, so that's fine. Okay, so this is the thing that maybe is going to be the challenge here. Because, for instance, let's say that we chose 2 of connection. How do we you know, or yeah, we chose the 4 for connection. So how do we make sure that now we are going to move to the conversion bridges requirement? How do we make sure that we kind of mix this requirement there, and we say, all right, out of the ones that we have, we need to create, let's see if there is, yeah, like how do we make sure that we can comply with the purpose pillar allocation and at the same time with the conversion bridge allocation at the same time? Maybe that's the biggest question that I have right now. That was a long one. Play loader. I didn't say that. Oh my god. I'm not going to be right back, but meaning that I need
reconciling multiple competing requirements into cohesive selection framework.
Wait. I just need to fix. All right, I just wanted to check. Let's change the music a little bit. Should we? All right, let's see. Good music. I'm gonna put vibe coding. It needs to be royalty free. Come on. No copyright music playlist. But that's low 5. I mean, Yeah. Anyways, let's leave it there. It's fine. All right, good. Quotas confirmed.
Bridges. Good, quotas confirmed. 10, 6, 4, total 20. So yes, credibility is overapproved by 4 will demote after we settle this design question, because the answer changes how we repick. Here's the mental model that makes the multi-requirement thing click. The quotas don't compete for different pieces, they overlap on the same 20. Every piece carries a pillar, a bridge, and a format at once. So one piece can simultaneously count toward credibility, 6, and exploring, ready to buy, X. You're not filling separate buckets, you're picking 20 pieces whose combined tags satisfy all scoreboards at once. That gives us a 2-layer solution. Layer 1, generation, your topic point, agreed. Add to the idea generator skill, spread candidates evenly across the plan's topics and across the plan's conversion bridges within each pillar. If the pool itself is balanced, then almost any quality-based pick you make lands close to compliant on the secondary dimensions. The generator does the heavy constraint work so the human choice can stay a taste decision. This is the same trick as the topic floors extended to bridges. Layer 2, selection, the menu. Verdicts happen in 2 passes. Pick pass, choose the best pieces per pillar up to quota, quality only, exactly what we've been doing. Balance pass, look at the scoreboard for the secondary dimensions, bridges mainly, format spread as a sanity check, and swap pieces where a group is starving. Swap, not add, since the pillar quota is the hard cap. And the scoreboard you look at during all this, one linked view with every quota-bearing requirement row, target, current planned count, remaining, pillars and bridges. Distribution stays out of it. You're right, the channels are assigned later. Topics stay out too. They're a generation constraint, not a selection quota. One thing I noticed though, the conversion bridge requirement rows have season guidance text, but I didn't see numeric quotas on them. If bridges are supposed to be a real count, like at least 3 bottom funnel pieces, those rows need targets. If they're just make sure each bridge is represented, the balance pass can be a softer eyeball check. Which is it? Do bridges get numbers or just presence? Once you answer that, the plan is update the skill, topic plus bridge spread rule, set bridge targets if applicable, demote 4 credibility pieces in the balance pass spirit, then run visibility in connection with the full scoreboard visible.
This is why. Oh, I see. No, it is working, but it's not. Okay. So Upwork, the way that I take a screenshot changes from how I take a screenshot here. Command C. And then that is a whole problem. Okay, let's see. Here's when the model makes click quotas and compete for different pieces. They overlap. They overlap the same 20. Every piece carries a pillar, a bridge, and a format at once. So one piece can simultaneously count towards credibility. Yes, but here's the thing. If we are selecting people, let's say, let's use this analogy. So we need like okay, so we need to pick people. We need 50%. The quotas are 50% men, 50% woman. Okay, now it also needs to be true that we are picking 50% African American, 50% Hispanic. Okay, but if I choose from a pool of people and I don't take into account the, let's say, the race selection, I might not be careful, and for instance, I might choose 50% men, 50% woman. But because I did not take into account the next criteria, turns out that 80% of people that I chose are Hispanic, even though 50% of them are men. And so that's the problem that I'm trying to tell you. Is like, if in my mind, if it's like all of them need to match at the same time, because it doesn't matter if I have, let's say, perfect distribution in pillar allocation for purpose pillar. If I were not careful enough, and all the content kind of relates towards a different type of conversion, like all of them, for instance, is about like adding value, then I mean, how can I distribute that content among the quotas for conversion bridges? Now, there might be elements to this that I'm not considering. I have some ideas, but I don't want to steer you. I want to understand, like, what is that you say? What do you think about this problem? How to solve it? Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to add. I wonder if it's gonna read the image anyways.
Architected simultaneous constraint satisfaction across dual dimensions.
All right, let's see.
Your analogy is exactly right. And the good news is this problem has a known shape. You're filling a grid, not two lists. Think of it as a 3x3 table, pillars as rows, bridges as columns. The row totals must hit 10.6/4, and the column totals must hit 10.6/4, soft, indirect, direct. The magic property of a grid, a swap within a row fixes a column without breaking the row. If credibility is full but soft CTA is starving, you swap one credibility piece for another credibility piece that carries a soft CTA. Pillar count unchanged, bridge count repaired. That's why the two-pass approach actually works. The balance pass is always possible as long as the pool has candidates in the right cells. Which leads to the real failure point, and it's upstream. The grid can only be filled if the pool covers the cells. If the generator produced 0 connection pieces with a direct CTA, no amount of clever picking saves you. That cell is unfillable. Your 80% Hispanic scenario happens when the pool itself is skewed. So the fix has 3 levels. Generation guarantees cell coverage. The skill rule isn't just spread across topics and spread across bridges separately. It's every pillar times bridge cell that could plausibly need pieces gets at least a couple of candidates. The floors go on the cells, not the margins. This is the strongest lever. It makes selection failure nearly impossible. Selection shows both scoreboards live. You pick quality first, watching pillar remaining and bridge remaining side by side. Most of the time, natural picking gets you close. Repair by swapping, never adding. Whatever's off at the end gets fixed with within-row swaps.
Okay, let's see. You pick selection shows both scoreboards live. You pick quality first, watching pillar remaining and bridge remaining side by side. Most of the time, natural pick gets you close. Okay, repair by swapping, never adding. Whatever off the end gets fixed.
And there's a soft fourth lever. For borderline pieces, the bridge is sometimes an editable choice. The same core message can carry a soft or indirect CTA, so a swap can occasionally just be reassigning a piece's bridge instead of exchanging pieces. One caveat, so we don't over-engineer, 2 dimensions of 3 each is easy. If you later add format quotas as a third simultaneous dimension, the grid becomes a cube, and both generation and selection get significantly hairier. My advice, keep hard quotas to pillars and bridges. Treat format as a spread preference, not a quota, unless a real failure shows up. Method prescriptive, but minimal.
Yeah.
Right now, the bridge board says soft CTA needs 7 more, and direct needs 3, while indirect is already full at 6. That skew is exactly your prediction coming true. The approved credibility set leaned heavily indirect. The demotion of 4 pieces should preferentially demote indirect CTA pieces if any swap targets exist in the pool. Want me to turn this into the concrete next steps? Skill update prompt, cell coverage rule, plus a demotion pick based on the current grid?
Let me see if I am... Channel distribution, that has nothing to do with it. Format. I don't think we have. Yeah. Yeah, okay, no, we don't have like a requirement for format. The user can choose the format that they want to. The only thing that is that has been planned is the distribution. But I feel like once you have I feel like that kind of aligns a little bit with the format, because the channel kind of dictates like the format. So for instance, you cannot say, oh, I'm gonna create like long form videos on Instagram. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think that once you chose the ideas and everything, probably the next thing to do would be to assign distribution channels or a content format and see what would be the best, like try to match like, okay, before we go to the implementation, how do we then meet the criteria for distribution? Like at what point we say, all right, we said that we're going to create 12 content pieces for Instagram, 20, which is like all of the content pieces are going to be, because this is the primary channel for LinkedIn, and then we're going to create 12, which is like repurposing pretty much. And we know that from the content season, we say that, okay, the role is repurposing. So it's like pretty much like we're not creating more. It's pretty much just redistributing. Oh, and this is another question I see in the role. We have primary, repurposing, low priority, paused. Should we make a difference between repurposing and redistributing? Because I feel like repurposing can be understood also like when you, for instance, like take something that you create, let's say LinkedIn, and you make it native to a platform. I'm not sure if if that can be called repurpose. I mean, I know that people call it repurposing to do that, but there's like people that say, hey, repurposing is all about like not just resharing the same video, let's say the same short, the same reel. It's just making it sure that it's native into that platform and do whatever adjustments needs to be made. But I don't know, kind of like, it makes me think like, what is the limit between repurpose something? Like at what point something becomes like, all right, you're just creating content inspired by a content that you created. So it's like another post or another piece of content. So nothing that we're going to solve right now, but just curious to see what you think about that one. While I was just checking the let me hide this. While I was checking the distribution. But yeah, after you answer this, please include like a plan and prompts to do what is necessary. All right, guys, I'm getting tired. Quickly tired. We have been streaming for 1 hour. Hey, we've made it. 1 hour. That's decent.
Delineating boundaries between repurposing and creating new content.
Let's see.
On the repurposing question, your existing piece identity, canon. The line isn't effort, it's format. Same message, same format, lightly adapted per channel, caption tweaks, crop, hashtags equal to distribution, one piece. Same message, new format, LinkedIn post becomes a carousel, becomes a video script, equal to repurposing, new piece. And content inspired by content equal to new core message, so it's not even repurposing, just a new piece. So making it native splits in two. Native adjustments within the same format are distribution, native rebuilds into another format are repurposing. Your role field could reflect that someday, primary repurposed, distributed, but that's backlog, not today. And yes, distribution is solved downstream. After selection, you assign channels to the 20 planned pieces watching the distribution scoreboard, LinkedIn 20, Instagram 12, X 12 with format channel compatibility as the constraint. Separate station, later. Plan for right now, 4 steps. Step 1, skill update, cell coverage rule. Attach, idea generator skill page, 480 to 824 times 10, to the power of 66 Feifei 40 times 10 to the power of 98 beef to ebay.
What the hell? That was crazy. What the hell, dude? I mean, that music is kind of cool. Not gonna lie, I like it. Okay, I'm going to save it. Add to bookmarks, favorites. I mean, it's kind of upbeat, but not distracting. I think so. Because the problem is that lo-fi, it was like, it was making me sleepy. All right, so let's go to the resources library, and then let's go to this is skill. This is the first skill that we have created for the AI layer. So this is good. This is really good. This is starting to take shape into the AI layer that we need. And by the way, I just checking the whole time, and yeah, this is great streaming. Like I feel like good quality. Let's see, what is the quality of the stream? It can be HD. This is pretty nice. yeah, it's pretty cool. This computer was a good purchase for that reason. Yeah, good. Because with the previous computer, I tried to stream, and man, it was just not taking it. It was not taking it. And I have not been concerned about performance at all during this hour of a stream. Not at all. Okay, so let's have this here. Step 2, the mode. Give me the prompt for that. Live the scoreboard at the menu. Tell me one thing first. The pillar and the bridges tables in your scorecard already exist in the plan page. The problem is just that they are physically far. Resume verdicts. Visibility next. I did not understand you. Okay, so at this point we're not gonna be using a lot more. So here's where, okay. Okay, I have added the scale. I have added the scale. And let's see. Yeah, this is, and I'm pasting the report. I'm pasting the report that the AI sent me. Now, from this point on, I want you to take the wheel, and I want you to take the actions that are pending. In regards to your point number 3, I feel like yes, we have that, and you can connect to Notion and kind of check that for yourself. But yeah, the problem is that we don't have that visible at the time that we are choosing the pieces. We have to scroll all the way up, and maybe the solution is to make 2 columns, probably, for this one. So we have that visibility at all times. So yeah, from now on, and the 4th, I did not understand what you mean by that. Yeah, all right. Well, this camera did not work. I tried to have like a secondary camera, but it did not work. It's fine.
Architected scoreboard views and identified a relation filter workaround strategy. Skill update looks clean. Placement and renumbering are right. Building the scoreboard now. I'll create the 2 linked views directly, then hand you 1 prompt for the parts the API can't do reliably: relation filters and column layout. Notion create view. Both views created and sitting at the bottom of the plan page. 2 things the API can't do reliably: relation filters, they get silently dropped, and moving blocks into columns. Notion AI handles both. Attach Content Plan V 2.1 394860 A019800 CB.
All right. Scroll bars is down above for your triage. Live counts while you click. Then could check it. No, I just sent the first prompt. The other one, the motion is not there. You should do it. My God, this takes an incredible amount of time. It's crazy. Crazy. Content topic. Interesting. By the way, I'm taking a look at the content topics. I'm sorry, at the station 2, the menu. And I see that there's a column for content topic that is empty. Should that column be there? I can't remember. Like, I don't think it's doing anything there. Or it should have the correct information, but for some reason I don't see any information there. I don't know what's the problem. Here's a report from the AI. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. For the millions and millions that are connected today.
Diagnosed linking failures and orchestrated bulk reconnection strategy.
Next day.
Scoreboard
Maybe
report
tomorrow.
is clean. That's done. Run the demotion prompt next. On the content topic column, yes, it should be there, and yes, it's broken. I spotted this at session start. All 4